What's up everybody, Derek here, and today I wanted to go over a little experiment I did with some underwater braided fishing line that I made onto a little PVC cage basically and mounted a GoPro to it. I used different colors of line on this little contraption to kind of see what shows up better underwater, and I did it at two different locations. I did it one with about 4-foot visibility, somewhere around in that range. It was at a pond, so it was somewhat clear, somewhat stained. And then I did it at a crystal clear river that I know of to see what kind of shows as far as the line being able to see in the water. So whether it refracts off the sun or what the fish are actually seeing, because it's a topic of discussion on what a bass actually sees, whether it's whites or blacks or what colors. And come to find out, it's more of kind of what we all actually see, and more of that ultraviolet spectrum that they can also see. So it's really similar to what we see on an everyday basis. So they see colors really well, and it comes to find out that from my research, it ended up being more of greens and browns and just natural tone colors, which is a lot of time what people fish with anyways. Okay, here's the lines that I use from the left to the right. White, dark green, sky blue, yellow, pink, light green, and orange. And I got all these fishing lines, these braided fishing lines from Amazon. So I just wanted to kind of see which one would show up more, because if the line shyness theory is correct with bass, this will really help out a lot of us with our fishing, whether it's in darker clear water or brighter clear water or dingier water. You know, the shade versus the sun, to see what is reflecting off of the line a little bit better. So let's go ahead and take a look at this first video, and I'm going to go ahead and start playing in. There it goes down under the water. Oh wow, they just basically disappear except for that green and the yellow. Definitely shining through with that. Everything else just kind of virtually disappears. And remember, this is all at your own discretion, so I'm just commenting on what I am seeing. So if you see something different, let me know in the comment section on what you think might work best out of all of these. Wow, they just really all kind of disappeared except for that yellow, the orange, the green. So it looks like the white, the blue, the green, light green is really just basically gone. And when it kind of shines up to the sun like that, you're really seeing the darker shades, especially right there where it's sitting over the top of that moss right there, or that grass on the bottom. It's the darker colors that are really shining through. And here's the second video where I'm dropping it down. And in this one, I went to the end of a dock and I dropped it in the same spot off this dock, but I went deep with it. So look as I'm dropping it down to the bottom, which is about 15 to 20 foot deep. I didn't measure it, but it gets fairly deep down there. And you're kind of seeing, as this is shining in that sun, you're seeing those darker colors of that braid kind of shining through. Definitely shining through there. That dark green, that blue. I can see the orange fairly well on the other end, on the right over there. But all of the others, it almost looks like that white. I haven't even really noticed that that white has even shown up. Not once. So that white so far is kind of looking to be the winner. The white and the pink, honestly. Because I can still kind of see the green, the light green on the right. And that dark green and that far right are definitely shining through. So now I'm bringing it back to the top. All the way back up where it's getting a little more sunlight, and there you see the lines. It was that orange and that dark green that were showing up the most. Okay, we're at the crystal clear water now, so we're gonna drop this down in the river and see what colors kind of show up the best. So let's go ahead and start that. Dropping it down right there, and as you can see, it's so clear that you can really see all of them, but which of them is shining through the least? So far, it's those darker shades that are showing the line a lot more. So if you were fishing grass lines and this clear stuff, you'd really have to worry about that. But if it's out in the sunlight, in that open water with the sun, in that clear water, that green is definitely not showing up the most. But right there, it almost, when that grass is the background, that dark green is really up against that grass. You cannot almost see it at all. But let's see when it's tipped up right there. Look at all those bass. But when it's tipped up like that into the sunlight, that pink and that light green almost disappear. All right, I moved it around. I had a little string that was attached so I wouldn't lose my GoPro there. But I would have to say that light green, the pink's still showing up, but that light green with the background of the grass and then the open water there, I would have to say that light green is probably the best right there out of all of those. Wow, that's kind of surprising. And as we come up into the open water, look at how the darker shades, if you're fishing in the upper water column in that clear water, those were the colors you don't want to use. That dark green, what is that, yellow, that orange, they really refract that light. And that blue and the white and the pink almost disappear. Well, that was pretty interesting. I wasn't expecting for that light green to kind of shine through like it did, but for me, it seemed like that white and the light green, and some of those others kind of were better than the others, but that moss green, which is a lot of what I fish, which is probably what I'm not going to be fishing as much now that I've watched this. I'm going to be switching up my line, it looks like, to somewhere around that green, or even the pink looked good. So it's going to look strange if I'm fishing with braid and I'm using those kind of colors on my spool, but hey, I just wanted to see what this looked like, and you guys decide what you think and let me know in the comments section. I would love to hear what your guys' thoughts are on this little experiment we did. Maybe we'll try out some fluorocarbon or some monofilament or some other lines and give them a try. But thanks for watching, you guys, and subscribe if you haven't already. Like this video if you liked it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.